We're back, everybody. It's that simple. I'm gonna do some quick adjustments right away. What is up, everybody? MuseMe TV, episode 81.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm trying to just grind these fuckers out now.
I'm impressed.
I'm doing my best, trying to get some more out there.
You are the best.
I do.
I think you might be one of the best podcasters in this side of Albuquerque.
I appreciate that, man.
I think so.
That's a good compliment coming from me, knowing that I don't have the coolest and the most legit setup, but what I'm doing with what I have is actually pretty groundbreaking.
I think if somebody complains about your setup or anything, they need to donate to your Patreon account and just help you build the set that they want you to use.
I need bits. Give me bits, guys. Give me those bits.
Bing!
Bits are the things now you get on Twitch. You don't get money no more. You get bits.
Bits and bytes and stuffs.
1 bit is equivalent to 1 cent.
Oh, shit. So you could just be Scrooge McDucking it. 1 billion bits, and it's like $12.
Yup. And they make you feel special. Like that. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, you get 10,000 bits, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I just made like $100.
Yeah, or
right?
however the math works.
Right? $100, right? Because 1,000 bits is $10.
I don't know.
Good. What?
I don't fucking know these things.
Dude, he's smart.
I tell dick jokes for a living. If I could do math, I wouldn't be in this painful career.
You went to college.
I didn't go to college.
Not even like a little bit?
No.
At all?
No, I failed the application process.
Oh my God.
I thought about going to like community college. So I don't know if it's the same thing here, but like in LA, in California, the community college is like dirt cheap, like $16 a credit. Like,
okay.
Like I'm wrong. Maybe it's $30, but it's like super, super cheap, right? So the problem is that everybody just does it. Even like, I don't know what I'm going to do, so let me just go and go to community college, and it's packed. So my most college experiences, I just crashed all these courses. I was going for like a month and a half, just waiting for somebody to drop out, and then to the point where I was like, you know what, I'm not going for a month and a half and hoping that I can get into this shit. So I just quit.
Did you have any ambitions before then to go to college?
Not even.
Not at all? Yeah.
Why would I go to college when I could just go to colleges and party?
I'm just throwing this out there. Don't they have like the Asian ambition to do well in school?
Yeah, but I'm like 5th generation Chinese American. Like
that doesn't go down the line at all.
Not even a little bit.
When does it get lost down the generations? Like a second generation?
Looking at my dad, at least the 4th generation. Looking at the way my parents were raised, I would say way before the 4th.
All right. Well, I mean, that's good though. Breaking stereotypes. You can't always be assuming that that's a positive thing.
Yeah, I mean, like, how many generations of Mexican Americans do you just be like, yeah, fuck those guys, build the wall?
Right.
Like, how many generations does that require?
So, yeah, I don't know. It's lazy bullshit, stupid shit that I was just seeing. But whatever. Anyways, Loy Lee, you just got back from out of town.
Yes, I was in Vegas.
Vegas, babe. Wait, Las Vegas, Nevada?
Las Vegas, not Nevada. Yeah, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah,
everyone was like, oh, you're in Albuquerque.
No, you're in New Mexico still. Las Vegas, New Mexico.
No, I was in Vegas.
How was that, man?
The more I go, the more I like it. The more I like it, the more like, yeah, maybe I should just live here because it's a lot like Albuquerque, but with way more industry.
Okay.
It's warm, for the most part, sunny for the most part. You're in a desert. But Vegas gets a little weird because I get pulled in a lot of different directions. You got to do the shows, but then you got all day to do nothing. There's my wife has family. I got friends out there.
Oh, okay. So there's stuff always.
There's always
on.
stuff. It's nonstop, and this is like I haven't even hit the strip, and it's nonstop.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, it's cool. I'm a fan. Vegas is kind of like the minor league comedy scene of LA. If you are coming up in LA, you go to Vegas to get some longer sets and a little bit of pay, and then you come back. But it's a great little spot. I enjoy it.
What did you go out there to do? Like how many sets did you have? Would you go out there? I know because you were out there for like a week, right?
Yeah, I was out there for literally a week. So my wife had some family stuff to do, so I just I think I booked 6 or 7 sets, something like that, because you still got family obligations, and that's the thing. Like, if you're single, like I get, I'm lonely, I'm single, blah, blah, blah. But like, if you're really trying to make it happen in both like any business, any industry, specifically comedy, it's just kind of better to not have that attachment.
Yeah.
I love my wife, I love my wife's family, but there's like this fine line of like, oh, am I working or am I my family? Is this family time or is it work time?
Yeah.
And it's because both ways you kind of get torn. I want to be here with family. I want to see them and do this and that, but it's like also, you get this little crazy itch where you're like, okay, so
can I do?
So can I just get the fuck out of here for
just 2 hours?
Yeah, and
does it mix though, the two? Can you has it gotten to the point where you can just be like, okay, I'm gonna leave the kids with the family, or no? I don't
have kids now.
You can just leave and be like, hey, let's go come see my sets and see what I do for a living, see what I'm trying to do. Like,
that's the thing. I don't like that mixture of like. I mean, do you go to your parents' work? Do you go to...
Well, when I was younger. But, but not now. I'm not like, oh, let me just go see what they're doing.
Yeah, who visits you at work? Was it bartenders and strippers? Like, that's the only time people go to visit other people at work. So, I try not to, like, I don't televise it. I don't, or, announce it. I just kind of like, hey, I'm leaving at 8:30. I'll be back hopefully before 11. I'll Uber there. I'll meet you guys back at home or whatever it is, and just try to sneak out. I try to treat it like a job until I'm actually selling theaters and it's selling out. Then I just treat it like a job.
That's a good mentality to have. Just try to make it kind of a separation between the two, so it doesn't like intermingle in a weird way or just interferes with the actual relationship.
Yeah. And then a lot of the mics out here, it's a lot of workshopping. You're just kind of working jokes out. And I brought my wife around. Did you meet my wife?
I haven't.
I think my wife's met Josh and Zach and a couple other people. She was at one spot and it was just like, oh, that's my wife. Yep, she exists.
Yeah, that's the real thing. I'm not just making this up.
Yeah, and she's tired of hearing my shit. So when it's when there's a set when there's a set that's worth seeing, like, oh, I'm opening for somebody and she'll see me, but she'll come to see like the headliner as well. So
okay.
Yeah, try to keep it separate. And I'd say, like, if you're single and you're trying to make something happen, whether it be music or whatever industry, it's like sometimes it's just easy to be selfish. It's super easy to be selfish. It's better for you to be selfish.
Yeah. It's that time's like the time that you use in spending for the hobby, the skill, or the family or the relationship.
Yeah.
So that's always it.
I'm kind of in a weird spot because I'm almost 40. I'll be 40 in October.
Doesn't look.
Yeah, I know, but
he looks younger than I do.
I'm shooting out baby powder. Just like
shit's crazy, man.
Shit's looking like LeBron James.
I watched this damn show on ABC called Fresh Off the Boat.
Yeah,
and like you look just like the little kid on that show. I'm just like, what the fuck, man?
Because we all look alike.
Thanks. No, not because you look alike.
That bothers me because like I get it. That's written off of a book, off of a guy that wrote it, but Fresh Off the Boat. That's like a derogatory term that you get called when you're a kid, FOB, F-O-B, fresh off the boat.
Okay.
And that's like, basically having a show called Wetback or something, where you're just kind of like, oh, whoa. But then when you're like, hey, I'm not a fan, and then they just go like, well, it was written
by the guy that actually wrote the book. Yeah,
and he's Mexican, so you should be totally on board with that. And you kind of go, like with Asians in TV, you have to show support. I watched all 6 episodes of Dr. Ken. That shit was rough. But when you watch when people get upset, like, I don't like the fact that Blackish does this, like, at least you have an option. At least you can like watch something else.
Yeah.
For us, it's literally, it was Glenn from The Walking Dead. and then he died, and we stopped watching that. And then it was Dr. Ken and Fresh Off the Boat, and that's basically all we have.
That's like nothing else to look forward to.
Kim's Convenience, which is the dopest Asian American TV show, and it's actually Canadian. So,
oh shit,
yeah.
I didn't know about that. I gotta check that out.
Yeah,
Shout out to that.
Shout outs to Kim Convenience. Shout out to Toronto. That guy, the main lead, is his name escapes my. Actually, I just don't think I can pronounce his name, but he's going to be a Marvel superhero, which is pretty dope.
Nice, that's legit.
Yeah. So what did I miss? I've been gone a week. Tell me all of the news.
Here?
Yes, I want to know everything.
Nothing happened here, dude.
You're lying.
I'm probably just not too much into the loop to find out what happened here, but
just fucking go. Like, I think we're having this conversation about not being invited to something, and it's like, just fucking show up. Santa Fe. So Santa Fe is like 45 minutes north of here, and like every Wednesday, which is yesterday, they have a mic out there, right? And it's I don't know, to drive 45 minutes for a mic just seems a little
too much
for me.
Okay.
When there's other mics going on here, I get it. If, like last night, Red Door was canceled, so you go, okay, I'll drive 45 minutes to it. That's fine. But it's like, why would you drive 45 minutes when you can literally do basically the same exact set 10 minutes away from your house?
Okay.
To me, it doesn't make any sense.
I guess it's the appeal of having a different audience or different people to actually say tell your jokes to. That's how I see it. I don't know if I'm
sure,
that's how I would see it.
I mean, it's like you have Planet Fitness, right? You know, Planet Fitness gym membership, and you go to the one that's 10 minutes from your house, and just someday you're like, hey, I just want to go an hour out of my way to go to the Planet Fitness just to see.
When I shouldn't.
Yeah, to me, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you how to do it. For me, that's how I see it. It's like, for me, I don't need. I do, but like, I need the space to work out. Let me just hear the jokes. Let me see how I feel about it before I care about how anybody else feels about it. You know. So here's jokes. Let me work on this shit.
I can see that.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter where it's at, as long as you have a place to do it.
Yeah.
And I can see that too. Is like, because even if we constantly do it at the Red Door, and it obviously there's some times where they're like, oh well, we're getting bored of the Red Door, let's go hit up the mic in Santa Fe. I get that.
Sure.
But there's always different people that come. You'll never know who's going to be there at any mic.
Yeah, you know, that's just me. I'm just curmudgeon. I'm old, right? It's like, why would I? It doesn't make any sense, you know. Yeah, somebody invited me to. I think there's like an open mic out, Durango or some shit. And I'm like,
holy shit,
I'm fucking going out there. Why? You know,
I wouldn't.
It only makes sense. Let's say you go, oh, you know, you live an hour or two outside of LA, and you're like, oh, well, there's a Comedy Store. You should probably go. Okay, I'll go. That makes sense. But you know, just for an open mic, I'm old. It has nothing to do with stature. It has nothing. It's like, I don't find a need to drive an hour.
So, do you think in your younger days you would have?
Yeah, I think in our younger days there's a little bit of like conquistador in our blood, where
more
you just,
ambition.
Yeah, you're like, oh fuck it. There's probably new chicks there. You know.
I get it.
Not me, bro. Not me. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No, let me go. Like, if I could, I'd phone this shit in. Can I Skype? Can I Skype my set? What's going on? Who hit us up?
We got 2 viewers on right now.
What up, y'all?
We got nothing in the comment section. It's a rough night. It looks like no one's out and about on the internet.
It's okay. Well, who's the two?
There's no names. It just tells you concurrent viewers.
What up, concurrent viewers?
Tell us what's going on. What are you thinking about? Who are you thinking about?
And ask a fucking question. Let's do improv. I need a suggestion from the crowd.
I got fucking a friend request on Twitter because I usually share the tweet, so that's cool. Let's look what's going on fucking trending on Twitter right now.
Oh Jesus, that's how bad this
That never is a bad thing.
That's always a bad thing. Like, oh, what else? That's the equivalent. That's a podcaster's equivalent to a comedian saying, what else is going on? What else is going on?
I hate everything right now.
I know.
What is the funniest moment you find in South Park? Do you watch South Park?
I don't watch South Park.
At all?
No. And that's because...
trending right now, 61,000.
I don't... Okay, South Park. The Brian Boitano. I think that was in the movie.
Yeah, that was the movie.
And then... that's all I got. That's how bad. I don't know. And I feel like... That's like you've never watched The Simpsons and you're like, it's way too late. They're like 35 seasons in. Like, where do you fucking start?
You just have to, if that's the case. And the cool thing about The Simpsons or any kind of those cartoons is like they're so like episodic that it feels like you're watching like history of the world. Like, you know, you can see an episode of The Simpsons where it's like, oh shit, they're talking about like Malibu Stacy dolls that look like whores. Oh, that was that whole Barbie epidemic crap that was going on. Or on South Park where it's just like, oh, the President Obama just got elected. It's a cool way, I feel.
Time capsule almost.
Yeah, you get to find, especially with South Park. South Park is so like concurrent with what's going on at that time.
I heard...
Dun, dun, dun.
I heard that this blows my mind just from a production standpoint. Like they brainstorm it, they write it in 6 days.
Yeah.
It's literally like the second it airs, they go back and they go, okay, what do we do? Let's do that. And then the animation is so Jimmy rigged, you know, you just go, we can literally do it in a day. And that blows my mind just from a production standpoint.
And it fascinates me too, the writing skills that they have. Like, again, you haven't seen a lot of episodes and stuff, right?
Actually, you know what? Hold on.
Here we go.
My favorite episode is the one where they do it in the Apple store.
Oh, the human Sentai pad?
Yeah. And I'll tell you, this is the reason why it's my favorite episode, is because I worked at that Apple store. The Apple store that Trey Parker and the other guy go into.
That we're replicating?
Yeah. So 3 of the characters look exactly like 3 of my coworkers.
Oh, no way.
For positive. Like dead on, split image, even the way that they dress. Like, even though, you know, you wear the uniform.
Yeah.
Like exactly the way they dressed. That's my favorite episode.
Nice.
Yeah. Shout out to oh, why the names? Oh, fuck. The names are Dean. And he's a good friend of mine.
Worker 1, 2, and 3.
I want to see Dean Edwards, but he's the comedian. Fuck. What up, Dean?
Shout out to Dean.
Damn, I feel horrible. Maybe I started drinking again. That's the problem.
That's an excuse. No excuse. You need to have discipline if you're going to start drinking.
I just started drinking back again today.
That's what I'm saying, though. You got to have discipline.
I know, and I'm drinking the Banquet beer.
Banquet Coors beer, guys. Everybody. Not sponsored, but we would like to be.
Okay, so what else is trending?
No, we're not done talking about South Park yet.
Apologies.
I wanted to bring up the episode that you were talking about that's your favorite, the Human Sentai Pad.
Yeah.
That episode premise actually is where people actually try to sign up for something and they don't read the agreement.
Right.
How do you feel about that? Is it really that much a waste of a time, or are we signing ourselves to something really fucked up in the future?
Well, that's the beauty. That's capitalism. It's like, do you want to use this shit? You have to agree.
I got a heart. Somebody gave me a heart.
Yay!
Thank you, everybody.
They're listening.
Yes, we got love, dude. We got 3 now. 3 viewers.
I just fucking click okay. Fuck it. I don't care.
They're here for a few seconds to be disappointed.
Oh, but
anyways, yeah.
The agreement. I fucking Victor Dean. That's the dude's name. Victor Dean. Shout out to Victor Dean. I love you.
You had to look it up, guys.
Oh, fuck.
Like I got a shout out. He's got a shout out.
Yep. I'm trying to see. It's in his picture somewhere. He's got the South Park picture.
Oh, of the 2 where they match the 2.
Yeah. But it's definitely him. I'll have to send that to you another day.
Clause agreements.
I don't care.
You don't care. You'll just do it.
Yep.
You'll
Fuck
just
it. Click it.
Latest update. I don't give a fuck.
I don't care. Like. It's me, but it's on your platform. So it's kind of like, hey, I'm going to listen to everything you say. I'm going to watch you everywhere you go when you're in my house.
That's acceptable.
Right. It's your house, you know, like it makes sense. If I don't agree, then I will not go into your house.
Okay.
But we need to use 99, you know, like Facebook. Who's not on Facebook? Fucking crazy people. Like, you're so crazy. You're like, I gotta get the fuck off this.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
after a while, you're just like, why are these people talking like this?
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. Yeah.
There's too many agreements, though. That freaks me out. It's like anything you do nowadays is like, oh, I just want to get an update on this iPad, this pad right here. Oh, you got to have an agreement on that.
Yeah, I mean, there used to be an assumed agreement. Like you bought something in the store, you assume the assumption of like using it properly, so you can't sue it. Like, why would you? You can't sue a knife factory for fucking cutting yourself with a knife, right?
Yeah, okay. Using it as a decoration or something.
Right. You're like, oh, I'm cutting with the knife and I cut myself. I can sue the company. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
It just seems like that's implied. You can't sue us.
But do you remember that actually happened with McDonald's before?
That's actually a crazy different story.
Okay.
She just wanted, the old woman was like, she was embarrassed. She just wanted her medical records or her medical bill paid. She didn't want the thing. And then they sued her.
So it was a scam. She swindled them.
No.
Yeah, well, okay, so what I remember happened is that she burnt herself with a coffee that had no label on it that said it was hot.
Yes.
And then from there, that's what she sued for, were the damages from that coffee.
My understanding is she just wanted her medical bills paid.
Like
and
from her whole life?
No.
Just from the coffee incident?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, I'm embarrassed. Let's just
end it here?
Yeah, pay the bill. And we'll find, and they go no, and they countersued her, and then so she countersued them. Like it's like about a countersuit.
Oh, okay.
So that was my understanding of how that went. I don't know why the fuck we're talking. I'm no fucking
that's
lawyer.
Swindling. That's how you swindle somebody. That's like, oh God, it's implied that it should be hot. Like, I mean, that's kind of shitty. Where all of a sudden now the whole thing turns into like, well, because of one person ruins it for everybody. You got to make sure to read because don't be stupid. And now it's on there.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean,
but that's like what you were saying. Like it should have been implied from the beginning.
That it's hot. Yeah,
fucking coffee.
I get it. That's your understanding of that scenario fits our argument, but I'm arguing that is less than all of the facts. Okay, that got weird. But yeah, just fucking agree. Whatever. They're listening. Your phones are listening, but
all the time.
Your phones are always listening. We understand that. Do you want to live a life without your cell phone? You're looking at your cell phone now. Exactly.
We should. Well, see, that's another thing though. Isn't it an addiction now? Like it's become an addiction, so that we kind of always have to look at it.
It's an addiction to knowledge. Man has always been addicted to knowledge.
I'm totally in favor for the bullshit. I want to keep. I literally wish this was like in here right now, so I don't have to worry about it.
Sign me up.
But at a certain.
But you have to agree. Like, okay, fucking agree. I don't care.
I don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't want to read it. Just put it in my head.
Okay, so if I say no, so I've tried this. Not click okay and hit okay. Yeah. You know, not click agree and just hit okay. Go okay. And you just do it like 100 times just to see, like, okay, you don't have to agree. No, they'll never let you use the product. That's the thing. I can't use your product if I don't agree to your terms. That makes fucking sense. Yeah, I agree to your terms. Let me use your product.
Okay.
I am not. I don't think. I don't know if you know me, but I don't know shit about code. I can't build a fucking social network, so I use the ones I already made.
Yeah.
Agree to your shit. I don't know.
There you go. And that came just because we wanted to talk about your favorite episode on South Park.
Which, shout out to Victor Dean. I am so upset that I fucking forgot his name.
Oh, man.
We filmed shit together. Like, he still hits me up. I just fucking blanked out.
It happens. It's just like one of those brain farts or one of those dull moments. You can't. Don't they say with more age comes wisdom?
No.
That's not a thing.
That's lies that we tell children. Like Santa Claus and the Boogeyman.
I guess the first look of the official new Batman just came out.
Oh, I heard it looks dope.
No, they say he looks like Daredevil.
Well, I guess isn't Daredevil sort of
dope?
Like trying to make it look like Batman?
Is it? I don't know.
Martial artist. I don't know.
Well, Daredevil, I feel, is a lot cooler than Batman because of obviously the blind skill right away.
Right.
But I mean, Batman's a millionaire and he's rich and whatever.
Which are both kind of like, if you could be Batman but you had to be blind, would you do it?
I wouldn't want to. No, I would want to keep my vision. This is a little of what he looks like, if it ever comes up. This is what happens when you stream and have all this shit going on.
All of this shit.
You know what I need to do is actually connect this thing with the actual Ethernet cord so it's not wirelessly connected. That would be actually a lot more beneficial.
And he was pointing to the PS4.
Four. Yes. And that's the old model, not the new one. You guys know what's up. You guys know where I'm streaming at. That's what's up.
This is...
That's what we do. Thank you. Thank you very much. Didn't we talk about this last time? How come you're not into an instrument, Loy?
Trombone, bro.
You can play it?
I can play trombone.
I need to see this.
I mean, I haven't played in years. Trumpet, I can play trumpet.
Really?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Not as good as trombone, though. I'm pretty fucking dope at trombone.
That's dope.
I mean, if I had seen how cool a trombone player could be when I was younger, I might have stuck with it. And that was a joke. Trombone players are not cool.
They're not.
Not even a little bit.
They're always like fifth in the brass section.
They're important. Don't get me wrong. Super important. But you could do your job from the back row. We'll put you in the back row.
Ugly people usually get the brass section.
Yeah, thanks.
No offense.
It's okay.
I don't get what the fuck is going on here. Jesus. I'm done with this. Oh well.
Okay, I don't care.
That was what was it revealed. Do you know who the new Batman is?
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah,
Twilight.
the guy
He goes from a vampire to a Batman.
What's next, dude?
What else? Yeah. Fucking Jon Jones. What'd you think of the fight?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. I honestly feel 3-2.
I think it was definitely 3-2.
But I understand the concept of championship rounds. Like, you do have to at least win one of the championship rounds. You should, if you're going to actually try to beat the champion in a 5-round fight. That's my opinion.
I mean, okay, so if you give the benefit of the doubt, if you have to flip the coin, right? You go,
shout out. Thank you, 5 viewers.
Hey, what's up, y'all? We're talking about Jon Jones.
Give us some love. Tell us what you guys are thinking. Where are you guys at? Tell us what's going on in your lives.
Where are you? Where are you? Yeah, I think that if you, in order to be the man, you got to beat the man, that kind of concept. Yeah. I understand.
There's another one that was going to pop up. We had 6 out of 7 points.
Dope. What's up, y'all?
Thank you.
Yeah, if you, in order to be the man, you got to beat the man. I know that's pro wrestling, but I think that that's the thing. You have to beat overhandedly the champion. Right?
I honestly think he did a really big. Dominic Reyes did really big dominating in the first 3 rounds, punches wise, even being able to stuff takedowns. Like he was dominating, but you saw the cardio kick in. Oh, and that makes me so disappointed that, like, you were going for a 5-round fight. How did you not train for a 5-round fight? Or do you think it's because he's never done it before?
Probably he's never done it before.
Eddie, thank you. What's up? He said, what's up, y'all?
What's up, Eddie? We're talking about Jon Jones.
Tell us what you're into. What are you into? We'll start talking about that.
Oh, yeah. Just give it, hey, we need a topic from the crowd. We're just out here talking.
We appreciate it.
I could see it going either way, but I would definitely felt like Dominic Reyes should have won. I think that he won the first 3 rounds, and Jon Jones took the last 2, which in theory should have won. But
how do you feel about the account of the championship rounds, though? Yeah,
I mean they should have more weight. I don't know how. The problem with MMA is like it's not
scoring system.
The scoring system. I mean, I'm not saying anything new, right? Joe Rogan says this shit all the time, but it does make sense. It's like, hey, we're gonna play basketball, but we're gonna score it like football. Like that doesn't make any sense, right? And I think the judging is horrific. There was a time in that event where Dominic Cruz and Joe Rogan were like, we're staring at a judge and he's looking at the floor. And then like 30 seconds later, they're like, yeah, he's still not watching the fight.
Okay.
You know, I don't know how it all works. I'm not a judge, but I could tell you there's a lot of shitty judges out there. And it's like, how can people say, oh, well, you should be in martial arts in order to be a judge. Like, how can you judge if you've never done it?
Okay.
And I agree, but it's like, I'm pretty sure I can ref a basketball game, but I've never played professional basketball. But I could ref it. Like, I get the concepts. But I think that the judging is horrific.
Eddie said he thinks Jon is trying to fight a different style, preparing. And then he also says himself for bigger and better fighters.
Yeah.
Did they say that he's going to try to go to heavyweight?
Yeah. I mean, for Jon Jones, if you are the moneymaker, right? You're the moneymaker.
I feel like it's a bad time, though. Like, he should have done it maybe when he was a little bit younger. Now, going into heavyweight, I think it's going to be more of a stopping point. Like, it's going to be harder for him.
Of course. But I think that he's so creative that he's fast and creative, right? Those are the two things that are going to give people fits. That's the things that give people fits his weight. Can you imagine when you go stronger and slower?
No, yeah, okay.
Where you go, oh, Jon Jones is going to look like Demetrius Johnson against half these people, right? Yeah. He's just going to be like super creative. He's going to show you shit that another heavyweight can't show you. He's going to show you shit that you've never thought of. And he's going to be small, right? He's going to be smaller. So is he going to wrestle? Probably not. But he will knock motherfuckers out.
That would be interesting to see, because the bigger you are, the harder it is to start knocking out. I mean, they have bigger chins. They have more of a muscle mass. I mean,
yeah, but a kick to the head. I mean, that
solid,
could,
yeah, solid at spinning elbow.
I think that kick, that Cormier kick, they kicked Cormier in the head with, knocked him out.
Oh, okay.
I think that's gonna knock out damn near anybody that's not Francis Ngannou. I
can see that.
I don't think Francis Ngannou is gonna get knocked out unless you hit him with a fucking baseball bat.
Damn.
Don't do it. I'm just saying. That's.
Food Stamp Gaming.
What up, Food Stamp?
What's up? He just says, "What's up, guys?"
Missed you.
Thank you for joining again. We're here hanging out. We got Loy Lee in the house. If this damn. There we go. We got Loy Lee in the house.
Raising the roof.
We're just talking about random topics. We were going through Twitter when we got into Jon Jones. That's
Jones.
That's what's up. You ready for the next fight? What's the next fight?
Well, there's a fight here, right? Rio Rancho on Saturday. Yeah. And
it's a bunch of local people. No offense. I love them, but
yeah, you should be careful on that shit.
Diego Santos gonna kick me in the face.
Yeah. I heard the Navajo chick that was champion. I can't remember her name but I was really looking forward to seeing her.
I don't know.
But she pulled out. She pulled out. She tore ACL, MCL.
But
Shout out.
So she's not on the card.
She's not on the card anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She looked pretty dope. I don't know. I mean, Tony and Khabib.
That is gonna be sick.
It's gonna get stopped by cut, hands down.
By
Tony Ferguson's gonna win by stoppage, doctor stoppage.
You do really think so?
Oh, most definitely. What's up, y'all? I just said Tony Ferguson's gonna win by cuts.
Food Stamp Gaming is like, Lee kicked Muse in the neck.
Yeah,
he could do it. He probably could do it. Sean, welcome to the podcast. He says this is cool. Of course. I mean,
what up, Sean?
Welcome to MuseMe TV. This
Appreciate
is what we do. Chat, get it up. Eddie said, "Be right back, guys. We'll be waiting. We'll be here, man.
No, we will be here. I've got nowhere else to be."
Sean says, "Say the P word, a penis." I don't know. That's what I'm going with. And then Food Stamp Gaming says Pac-Man versus McGregor.
Yeah, that's gonna be the big, because Pac-Man, Manny Pacquiao just signed with McGregor's sports management company. So yeah, I see that being a huge payday for both of them.
And that'll probably be a boxing fight?
Yeah, most definitely.
There's no way Pacquiao's going to hit the MMA ring.
So I am not Filipino. My wife is Filipino. We went to the Philippines, and we just so happened to be in the Philippines during a Manny Pacquiao fight when he beat Thurman, which he looked amazing, right? And it was bonkers. Like, nobody on the streets. There was nobody on the streets. There was they were broadcasting the show, the fight, on a basketball court. Like,
oh shit!
A wall next to basketball court, and it was packed. I mean, we're talking about 400 people out in the sun, like
just up there watching.
Yeah, just watching that shit. And it was dope. It was dope, and I think that's big money. I mean, McGregor at this point, he's just trying to make money, and Pacquiao is just trying to make money. Every time I watch Pacquiao get punched in the face, I just go like, that's not good for the future of the Philippines.
It gets harder and harder to watch.
Yeah, I mean, he's 2-3 years older than I am, and I don't want to get punched in the face at all, and he's just doing that for a living.
Right? Imagine. Even at a certain point, I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to get punched anymore. I would imagine.
You could, in theory, go to the Philippines and live really well off of like $200,000 in the bank, right?
Yeah.
You can't do shit with $200,000. Like, you can't retire with $200,000 in the bank here. In the Philippines, you're going to live like a king for the rest of your days. So can you imagine, like, how much money does Pacquiao actually need?
Oh, Jesus.
I mean,
right?
if he makes $100 million
in one fight.
in one fight with McGregor, you sit there and go, like, stop punching people in the face. Stop getting punched.
You think it'd be more of a pride thing, though?
It is.
Like the fighter mentality. You got to fight till the end.
Go out on your shield. But it's like, no, you're a you're officer of the law. You know, you're officer of government. Like, you got to think about your people at this point.
That's true. Especially if you have to make some certain decisions that
yeah,
is affected by how many times you've been hit in the brain or not.
So my wife's family is from the same island that Pacquiao's from.
All right.
I mean, it's not close. It's a big island. But it's like, yeah, I see that all the people watching you on this island, their future is predicated on you stop getting punched in the face.
No. They're just, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, stop getting punched because their futures are in your hands.
You know them.
Yeah.
Sean said we need to do some prank calls. I don't know who the fuck I would prank call.
I'm horrible at that shit. I try to do that, and I just keep asking the same question. You know.
There's actually this great website that I used to use in high school called prankdial.com.
Okay.
So what it does is actually has pre-recorded messages that are like kind of timed for conversation base. So like it would be like, hello? And then
hello?
If you were right on time, it'd be a great perfect. But sometimes it fucks up. But it's like, hello? Yeah, you hit my car. Yeah, you hit my car. I just took your license plate right now. What'd you say?
Yeah.
Shit like that. So
it's like robocalls, basically.
Yeah, they work so perfect, though. When I was in high school, we just did that shit all the fucking time.
Which was like 3 years ago.
No, it wasn't. I look like I'm a baby, but I'm still... Hey, look, this guy says, he gave us a number to call, talk dirty.
www.nope.com.
Yeah, sir. Unfortunately, I'm going to hide this number so that it cannot be seen by the public.
All 7 of us.
Yeah. No, who cares? All right.
I'll say my favorite prank call is that John Cena one.
Oh, where it's always like, man. That's stupid. His music always comes on, though, for whatever reason. Like, yeah,
it's like, you want... He's like trying to sell tickets.
Yeah.
But that is like my favorite prank call. When I'm having a bad day, I'm like, you know what? Let's just cue this shit up.
That's sick. John Cena.
This Sunday.
I can't...
Yeah, that's right. Wow, look at you.
I can't believe that guy got that famous, though. Like, my little brother is deep into wrestling still. Like, he's gonna go to WrestleMania this year.
It's real to me, damn it.
He that's the thing too. Is like, I know it's fake, but I love it. I'm just like, no, you probably think it's real.
No, everything's fucking fake. Like watching John Wick. Do you think that that's a documentary? Watching fucking Batman, do you think that's a documentary? No, it's fucking fake.
But it's a documented story. Like, somebody wrote that story from their thoughts and ideas.
They're writing stories. Like, there's a lot that goes into storyline writing and cutting a promo. Cutting a promo is difficult.
Okay.
This Saturday, catch Loy Lee at Hush Nightclub, Albuquerque, New Mexico. $10. I can't fucking do this shit.
I was actually just going to ask you about that, too, because I saw the flyer, too. That's pretty sick. Buck D show.
Yeah, Buck D's the homie.
He's legit. He seems cool. I want to get him on the podcast.
Yeah, fucking invite him. I mean, he's got a real job, but
hit him up.
He's the homie.
So this will be first show at that place, right? Or have you performed there before?
I have not performed there before.
They say it's a black room. Black room.
That's fine. I'm wearing all black now.
You think you can do good on there?
I do well in black rooms.
Because getting into comedy now, I've learned that there actually are different kind of like ethnic rooms. There's like Hispanic rooms. Mm-hmm. There's actually Asian rooms where there's people that are there for the comedy that Asians do.
Where?
I was listening to Kill Tony this morning, and they were talking about the diversity of different rooms, and he was talking about a room that they do in LA where it's mostly an Asian-based crowd. Is there a room like that?
Not since I've been doing comedy. Maybe it's something new. I mean, I haven't really done LA in a long time, but
okay. But yeah, just to think that there's just diverse different rooms where depending on how well your material can do at each of them.
Well, I mean, at that point you start to write like more personal shit and like on universal thoughts, universal like everybody understands love, hate. What's that? There's a triangle, survival triangle. I forget what it's called.
Is it? I thought it was a food pyramid.
Yeah, it looks like the food pyramid, but
well,
more
you kind of
important.
do need the food pyramid to survive.
Survival. See, like we can't get away from our shit.
Survival pyramid? Is that what you're trying to look up?
Mm-hmm.
Pyramid. Does anybody out there know about the survival pyramid? It's just
Maslow, Maslow, Maslow. Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
So I see it. I got you. I pull it up now.
So, you just start talking about shit that's like important.
Esteem, love, and belonging, safety needs.
Yeah. Esteem, self-actualization. So you start talking about those things. Like I talk about being married. I talk about trying to find a girlfriend. I talk about like the things that in my life relates to everybody. I can do like a whole bunch of Asian shit. I can do a bunch of I just came out of DC. So a lot of the rooms I was doing was urban room, black room. So I talk about how they see me. And I kind of play with that,
Okay.
Like I'm not trying to tell you about my world. I'm telling you how I fit into yours.
You can see, yeah, like I'm trying to put myself in your eyes, kind of in that sense.
Mm-hmm. And it's too difficult for me to bring you into my world. And like, oh, this is what it's like to be me. It's like that's not what a lot of people are there for. I tell you like, oh, it's like with a lot of Hispanic rooms, I go like, oh, this is how I see your world. Your world outside looking in, this is my perspective.
Okay.
As opposed to like, I'm not trying to take you into my world. It's too difficult. Like, I'll tell you about my life, but I can't tell you about my world. Uh-oh, he's reading. Oh, shit.
Shut up. Oh, man, I'm actually dyslexic. That's my excuse, so it takes me a while to read. Muscle way gray girls get ripped to where you bench 450. That's what Sean said. And I'm pretty sure I'm reading it correctly. Muscles weigh gray girl get ripped to where you bench 450. And he also said to go with a black suit. I'm thinking to your nightclub.
Oh yeah, black suit. Well, we're doing it the day after the day after Valentine's Day.
Is it? Saturday.
Saturday. We're doing it. We're doing that, and yeah. I mean, I might go suited and booted.
I'm gonna go check it out. I want to go. I haven't gone to that room yet at all.
And you haven't met Buck D.
I've met him, but I've never really like formally been like, "Hey, Buck D, this is my thing. You should come check me out," and do the same for him. And that's the thing about comedy, and I've seen it transition into music. It kind of is a supporting game. Like you're just like, "Hey, well, come check out my room. If you like what you see, then maybe I'll get you a spot on there."
Yeah.
Compared to like, "Oh, you're pretty good. You should come on my show." Come to my room. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the mentality of two different types of people here. Is like, I won't really put you in my room unless you're good enough, or you at least have to come support my room so I can put you on there.
I think that's kind of one of the things I struggled in DC with. It was kind of like, newly married, and actually having a real job on top of that. It's like, why would I go to a show that I'm not on? Like, I've been doing comedy at that point 5-6 years.
Yeah.
Why would I go out of my way to go to a show that I'm not on? And that might be where I fucked up, right? That might be on me. But it's like, if I can get my 10 sets, 15 sets in a week, why would I go to a show that's not... It doesn't make any sense to me. It's like, I can do the work. I'm funny enough. Like, I'm funnier than half of the people you put on anyways. But you're not going to put me on because I don't hang out? I can't hang out. I got other shit to do. I like write or other shit,
Yeah.
Be at home with my wife. So
you did see that, though?
I did see that.
Okay.
I think here it's kind of like there's not enough shows where you go, there's not enough shows out here. So, yeah, you go out and you're like, oh, there's literally nothing else to do, so let's go to the other show. That makes a little bit more sense. But, especially if I'm not on it, I don't know why, but, like here, it makes a little bit more sense because there's less noise, there's less shows. In DC, you can get 10, 15 sets a week, no problem. Like, barely trying. You could go out further into Maryland, further into Virginia.
And you can find shows.
Here, you're like, there's no open mics on Friday. You should be able to show up somewhere and support a show. But my time is valuable. You got to figure out how to spend it out right.
That's true. That's always the little thing that I'm still kind of comprehending. It's just like, God damn it, I want to go and help support, but there's certain shows that I know I can't make at a certain time, or I got to pick and choose if I want to go to this show or not.
Why would you support it if you can't make it anyways? You know what I'm saying? Like in theory, like I'm going to support it with the intention of hopefully I can get on.
Okay.
But why am I even stressing it if they invited me tomorrow, I can't make it anyways because I'm at work? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
So that's off the books altogether. You got a job. You have, you have other things you have to do.
So you think more people now in comedy are kind of straying not towards that too much, where they're just like, well, you're funny, you make us, bro, thank you for the follow, appreciate that. That's what I'm talking
Blitzkrieg.
about. Building up those subscribes.
Thank you.
But anyways,
from a showrunner standpoint, it's like, I need more people in here so they can buy more shit so I can keep the show running. That makes sense, but you got to figure out, you got to choose your people wisely. Like either you're a flock or you're a leader. If you can do work, why would I degrade you down to like, oh well, you got to show up, you got to bark, you got to watch the door, you got to do something for me so you can get on.
Yeah,
it's like, no, I can do the work. Like I don't need to bark if I'm funnier than half of the people that. What's up, y'all?
Thank you again. You guys are awesome. Keep those subs and follows coming. I appreciate that.
Yep.
We do.
Yep. We do. I do. I mean, I'm only here. I'm trying to do this every Thursday.
Yeah.
So.
Loy Lee is actually going to be a recurring guest that comes a lot more often. I had a recurring guest. His name was Kevin Copeland, and he was actually a geologist. Really smart dude. We fucking always brainstorm about some crazy ass shit.
Dope.
So it's good to have another recurring guest because they always love that. They're like, oh, there's somebody repeated we can see on the show, somebody that we can get to know and stuff. So.
And people go, oh, I know you, I like you, that's dope. I know you, I don't like you, I'll skip. So like, knowing what you're getting into.
That's what's up.
So I think going back into your question.
Yeah, the whole having to represent shows and like being there to help them out, and it's a weird dynamic because I saw it in music as well too. It's like if you wanted to get booked on a show with another band, you had to go check out their show first, and it was just like, why was it like that? Like
because they're just trying to fill the room.
That was See,
I mean, that's what it comes down to.
That's true.
In order to keep on doing what we're doing, we need to fill the room. And
doesn't that look bad though? Like, no offense. Like, I go to a show and I'm just like, fuck, I'm not interested in the show right now, so I'm gonna look at my phone for the next 15 minutes.
I am that asshole. I am that asshole where I'm on my phone most of the time because I'm in my own head, right? I'm thinking about other thoughts. I'm thinking about like, oh, here, this is something I got to look up for this bit. There's something else I got to look at, something like that, right? I'm not a good audience member, and I'll tell you right. So I try, and on top of that, like we live in this universe now in this time and age where everybody's multitasking. I'm sure nobody is sitting down watching this intently, just watching this.
Yeah, they're probably doing something
else, right?
Let us know if you guys are doing something else.
Yeah, no, actually, you know what? It's fucking this. I don't want to know what you're doing right now.
You never know, though. Again, we get some people from overseas, so we appreciate you guys tuning in at this late. It's actually pretty late our time, but if you guys are having a good time wherever you guys are at, thank you for joining.
Thank you.
That's appreciation.
Good morning. Guten morn.
Guten Tag, everybody.
Yeah. So yeah, I like to listen. So I'm on my phone. I'm doing something and I'm listening. Sometimes I don't know, but. I think, especially here, the beauty of here is that there's enough spots for really everybody.
They should be able to at least get on.
Yeah, we were at the Blue Grasshopper earlier, first set. I did 20 minutes, and we could have gone longer. Like if somebody else showed up, they could have gotten on. Might not have been 20 minutes, but they could have gotten on, I think.
Yeah.
If people showed up beforehand, I probably wouldn't have done 20. Everybody could have got their sets in. And then when I left side effects afterwards, there were still 5 or 6 spots open.
Yeah, see, that's where I fucked up. I should have went there. I honestly thought that the way the time works, I'm just like, oh shit, sign up is at 6:30 and he starts the show at 7. If I get there at like 7:20, is he even going to put me on?
Sure. Whatever. I mean,
I don't know how it works. That's why I feel like.
You know how you don't. You know why you don't know how it works?
I fucking hate you right now.
Do you know people out there? Do you know why he doesn't know how it works? Because he didn't bother to try. That's it.
That's true though.
I do it all the time. You show up. Hey, I just fucking put my name on the list. Fuck it. and then
just what you got to do,
yeah,
right?
just I'm here. I signed up, and they go, "Hey, sorry, I know we don't do it that way. If you didn't show up at 6:30 and sign up, you can't go." Oh, that's fine. Now I know. Fuck you. Whatever. But there's always. It's not like L.A. where you have to pay money and you hope to get on, or you show up and you put your name in a bucket and you hope your name gets picked. And then there's going to be 15 people that aren't getting picked.
Yeah.
That's the craziness of being here. Sure, it's difficult. It's difficult to get good, but you have the resources to get good. Get 10 sets. You can get 10 sets in 1 week, free. No real waiting. I mean, if we left Sylvia Lane's, I mean, what time was that? 11 o'clock?
Yeah, around 11.
So if I got in, that means I would have gotten in 4 sets and been home by 11:30.
We're in LA or something. There's still shit going on, right?
Till 2 a.m.
Damn.
To get 4 or 5 sets in LA, you actually have to be really good, well connected, and people have to know you. So when you roll in, you go, "Hey, I'm coming through." Like, great, I'll put you up as soon as you get in. So you get in, and you go, and then you can get the fuck out to the next one.
Okay, but that's because you already have an established connection and stuff.
But if you are just starting and you're not a murderer, which most people starting aren't, it's going to be a lot of long nights.
Damn.
A lot of long nights.
Just waiting.
3 sets if you're lucky in one night. If you're real lucky, 3 to 5 minutes. Just waiting. Your first show starts at 5 and you're just fucking waiting. You get out of there by 7. You're the next one by 8. Just fucking waiting. Damn. Hopefully get out of there by 11. Hopefully find one that goes till 2. Hopefully get on before 2. And then you go home, go to bed, and you do it over again.
Try to do it all again.
I mean, we get our 2 sets in at Founders and Red Door, and we're home by like 10 o'clock. That shit is fucking amazing.
I guess I can see that aspect, especially the older you get. I mean, you're obviously not trying to be like so out there at so many different spots at so many different times, and not even getting booked on any of them, or even put on them if you're LA time. But.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, there's nothing else to do here in Albuquerque. The beauty is, like, there's nothing else to do. If like I'm doing this podcast because I like you and it's something to do, but like. There really is nothing else to do. There's not a midnight mic somewhere.
And you're used to that.
Yeah. It's like, if there was a later mic, I'd go.
Yeah.
I mean, Sylvia Lane's is a little rough on my ego because I just don't.
Is it the competition based?
It is.
It is.
If it was just a set, it would have been fine. But the fact is, like, oh, you're going to actually grade me? I cannot allow myself to. I suffer from depression a little bit.
But isn't it not going in there having that kind of mentality? Like, you're going there just to throw out your set. It doesn't give a fuck if they pick you or don't pick you.
But the fact is that they do pick, and if I don't get picked,
you feel that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I would literally have to do my set and get the fuck out of there. Like, literally, I can't hear it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Right. And the older you get, the more you can manage your insecurities. That's my insecurity. Like, it fucks with my ego. My ego fucks with my depression. Depression is not good.
Okay.
And then I don't want to do it. I enjoy not being graded because comedy, it's not like basketball. Like, I can't destroy you definitively 31-0. In comedy, it's like, I might have a great set. Shit's funny. Nobody thought it was funny. Or whatever, the judges, it's not like people putting up the cue cards and going, oh, 10, 10, 10, this judges going, oh, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
I'm not calling them corrupt. I'm just saying that it's subjective.
I get you.
Subjective, and I can't subject myself to the subjectiveness of comedy of other people's opinions.
That's kind of deep. But I get it.
You got to be able to manage your shit.
I get it. I only do it because I want to get some sets in.
Yeah.
Especially knowing that I don't have as much sets during the week. Like, I mean, I got lucky today because of the stupid my job thing because I got off. But during the week, I'm lucky if I get 2 sets a day. So, I mean, obviously.
Well, that's Albuquerque.
Yeah, it is Albuquerque.
I mean, there's some days where there's only one. There's only one.
That's it. And how does that work? I mean... It's just
then you go to a fucking strip club afterwards or something.
Doesn't that feel like we should be more ambitious to be trying to open up more mics?
Yeah.
Just to be able to be like, hey, Royal, I know you just did your mic over here, but we're going to throw this mic downtown.
Yeah, you should.
It's crazy.
I mean, I'm not going to be a showrunner. But if you ran a show, I'd host it or whatever. But like when it comes to the nuts and bolts of it, I got to be able to just leave when I want. I can't run a show.
Yeah. That's the hardest part too, is like if you want to put multiple time in there, you can't be hosting and doing shows like that. Like,
not at all.
I think it's harder.
I mean, the great thing about hosting is that, first of all, it's a great way to make material, right?
To make material.
Yeah. You go out there and you're like, oh, I've got ideas in my head, but you go up there, you do your 10 up front, and it's your show. It's light. How many people are going to be on there? It's Albuquerque. So maybe you do 5 minutes here or 5 minutes there, or, comic says something and then that sparks, oh, that's right, there's this joke, and you just do the joke. It's your show. You people go, oh, you shouldn't do 5 minutes in between. But yeah, we don't, how many open mics have 20 people waiting? Not a lot of them.
That's true. I mean, most of the nights only like 6 people.
Yeah. So, raw sauce and raw, whatever it is, you go, there's like 6 of us. What the fuck? Do your set, do your time. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing.
It's weird.
But yeah, open your own show.
It'd be a cool little concept. I still want to kind of do that thing where it's on online thing. I still feel like the online media is still something we're not kind of tapping into. Like,
yeah, but that's like, and I get it because I don't want to put my shit out there.
Yeah, but see, if I open my own show, what I want to do is actually do a topic-based thing where you actually pick from a hat a topic and you have to riff on it for 3 minutes.
I'll give you this. A thought is Cards Against Humanity.
Okay.
And then, a comedian goes up, pulls a card, and then riffs off that. And then if he wants whatever, there's enough cards. He goes, oh, that's 2 minutes or whatever, puts it back, grabs another one, and just riffs off of it. Reads it, riffs it. I mean, easy topics. There's nothing you have to think about. And then people understand Cards Against Humanity.
That's true.
So it's a Cards Against Humanity concept. Don't fucking steal this shit. I don't know why I said this.
Even if they do, it's not going to... There's so many comedy shows that have been like in other states that are exact same thing as other comedy shows in other states. So even if you guys still the stupid Cards of Humanity
don't bring it into Albuquerque.
Even if they do, it's another mic that we can go to.
True. Start.
So do it, bro. But I like the ambition where you think that like, starting more mics is where we should... What should be done?
There should be more mics, but there should also be more comics. But somebody was telling me like, wait until summer, and then when the weather.
Oh yeah.
Was that you telling me that?
No, I probably did mention that to you, but I found that out too by another comic too. They're like, hey man, I see that you're at least coming out in the winter. That's good determination because most of these people they try 1 or 2 nights and they flake because it's too cold. And then once the summer comes, everybody tries to be a comic. Everybody. So I haven't experienced this yet. I don't know. I started in the winter.
Yeah.
So I started when it's just started to get cold, and I was like, fuck it. I'm going to keep going out. Why not? I mean, listening to all these comedians are like, yeah, I go out every night. I'm just like, well, if I'm going to be good, I got to do it too.
Yep.
And now that I'm doing it, I get it. Yeah. But now it's going to be weirder when summer comes if there's more of an appealing audience. Like, do you think more people will come out to shows and stuff too?
I don't know. No idea.
That's. I mean, I'm excited.
I feel so. In my limited travel, is summer is hard to get people into the door.
Really?
Because, like, say you go to a cold weather, like I did Minnesota, Minneapolis in the summer.
You're trying to stay warm.
In the summer, yeah, people are like, why would I go inside? I've been inside 6 months. I'm going outside, and I'm doing outside shit.
Okay.
So when you go to a cold weather spot, it's very difficult to get people in during the summer because it's fucking nice. Does it make sense?
I get what you're saying. It's like, why would I want to go indoors? I'd rather go indoors when it's cold.
Yep.
Than go indoors when it's hot.
I've been indoors for the last 6 months. I'm doing outside shit.
That makes sense. Fuck.
So, I mean...
But you don't know, right? It could be a different dynamic here.
Might be. I couldn't tell you shit about Albuquerque.
That's true.
I do... that's going to be very strange when people go, oh, who are you? Like, oh, I have to reintroduce myself to a lot of comics. And they're like, oh, well, fucking whatever, new guy.
I feel like that happens now, though. Like, I've been doing this for about 7 months now, and I already see people that falled off 2 months and then came back 2 months later. They're like, oh, I do 2 months of comedy. I stopped for 2 months, and then I came back 2 months later. Like, what?
You'll see that all the time.
I don't get, like... Where is that? No.
That's an inconsistency. That's a hobbyist. That's like people doing it as a hobby. That's like people just go, oh, I just want to say that I did comedy. Oh, I've got I've got nothing to do today. Let's just do comedy. Whatever. It's whatever. But it'll be very interesting when people are like, oh, I've been doing comedy for 5 years here in Albuquerque. I was like, oh, but I've been here 2 months. And I've been out every night, and I haven't seen you.
Yeah,
once.
it's the first time I've seen you.
Yeah.
Because I know when it does happen, Royal, especially the local comedians that know everybody, they're just gonna be like, "Oh wow, this guy's back! He's back! We haven't seen him in a while." And then it's just gonna be like, "Well, where did he go? Like, what happened to that? Like, was he just hibernating or something?" Like,
maybe. I mean, I don't know. Albuquerque's not that cold.
It's cold in the winter. I'm skinny as fuck though. That's
It's
why.
not that cold.
Freezing balls.
The wind's not that bad. It doesn't really snow. It's not wet snow. It's not hours of wet snow. DC's shitty, dog. Boston's horrible. I mean, LA's where it's at. New York is horrible during the summertime.
Just straight up there, right?
Yeah, man.
I can't even imagine.
I'm not a grinder like a New York comic. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe that's what's holding me back. But I can't do it. I can't do 6 sets a night, jumping in and out of a cab, and when it's fucking -5 outside with wind chill factor.
That would suck. That doesn't sound appealing.
And wet snow, and just you're on stage in a bubble jacket and fucking work boots. Not the life I want to live on hell.
How's it going, guys?
This fucking weather. Tell me about this weather.
It's fucking cold, guys. It just says here that NASA is hiring more astronauts.
That's funny because it's just like there's out of work astronauts.
Yeah.
They're just like astronauts. Like fuck, I wish NASA would hire me.
We need some more workers. I heard actually there was a podcast Joe Rogan did recently with this guy that was in NASA, like he was in space and stuff, doing spacewalks and shit.
Dope.
But most of this time they've gone to space, they've been using Russian equipment.
That makes sense.
No, it doesn't. Why?
Well, because
he explained it, but I just wanted to throw that out to you.
I mean, because we're cutting education out at the fucking legs.
And I guess what we do too is like we retire certain equipment and then we refurbish them to come out in a few more years. So we're just refurbishing and getting this old equipment back to the rehabilitation or whatever. So in 2020, this year, we're actually getting new stuff, like new equipment and stuff. There's this new space station called the SpaceX Dragon. SpaceX Dragon.
Fucking Elon Musk.
He's throwing it out there. A whole space station.
Dope.
Up there, dude.
Dope.
That's so crazy to think about.
You just launch up a bunch of rockets with little pieces and just like, fuck, and then you just put it together like IKEA.
I think it's going to be built like that, yeah.
Where's this go? Where's this cable go?
Get the book. Get the book.
Get the pamphlet. I'm still getting my office ready, like situated. I'm painting my desk right now, but I've been putting a lot of fucking IKEA shit together.
Okay.
And the thing is, the IKEA, it all makes sense. Like in retrospect, like I fucking hate it, right? Because there's no words. There's no words to the shit. It's just all pictures. But the thing is, like, everything makes sense, even if you don't think so. So you go, like, you put it together and you fuck up. And you take it back apart and you go, oh, that's because this board's supposed to be this board because it's got two, and on the picture it's got 2 holes. I didn't see it. IKEA is fucking genius. I'm just too ADD to do it right the first time.
To figure out. Well, I have some extra parts. That's okay.
That is the most infuriating thing. Like, I know for a fact sometimes they fuck with you and they just throw an extra peg in there.
No, they don't.
Most definitely do.
Why?
They're
just like, hey, here's an extra 5 screws.
Yeah, just in case you lose some shit. Just in case.
Carla, thank you for joining.
What's up, Carla? That's that one?
Huh?
Carla from here?
Yeah, Carla Vasquez.
What up, Carla? How are you?
Thank you for joining.
Good to see you.
Good to hear from you.
That's the Asian guy with a Boston accent.
Good.
How are you?
Good to read from you.
How's your ma? Tell your ma I said hi.
Tell them all I said hello. But IKEA stuff coming out with extra parts.
Yeah,
that pisses you off.
Infuriating.
I don't think that's a thing though. You either fucked up somewhere, or there's they're not gonna be like, hey bro, here's 3 extra screws just in case you lose one.
I did. No, they did because I literally watched The first page, there's an inventory count. I literally counted all 37 of the fucking pegs.
Okay.
And there was 39. And I recounted them. I put them in like, and I was like, I'm full fucking idiot. Like, okay, pile of 5, pile of 5, pile of 5, pile of 5. There's fucking extra. That's how I knew.
So wait, do you think they did this just to make sure if he fucks up?
Yep.
It's there for your fuck ups.
Exactly. You're going to spend $300 on this fucking bookshelf. I'm going to make sure you have a 0-cent fucking peg just in case.
So what if it's the part that they don't have an extra piece of?
I don't know.
That kind of sucks. Like,
I don't fucking work there. I'm just knowing that I counted it. Like, I had to like triple count it. My wife was like, you're a fucking madman. I know. 39. Why they give me 39? They only asked for 37.
That's crazy.
But it happened a lot.
Carla says they give you an extra one just in case your kids or dog eat it.
There it is.
Makes sense.
I mean, they're not as tasty as their Swedish meatballs, but...
And the fine print at the bottom says agree to this because your kids might actually eat this.
The bags are not fucking toys.
Mr. Loy Lee, have you ever Googled your name?
No.
Well, guess what? That's what we're about to do right now.
Let's Google my name.
This next segment is called Googling Loy Lee. This is Googling Loy Lee. So we Googled your name, just straight up Loy Lee, and this is what comes up.
Okay, here we go.
There's some pictures of you. Nice.
Okay.
No, that's good because we've done this before with other people, and no pictures of them ever come up. So that just means you've got some popularity out there.
Okay, let me explain some shit.
Right, here we go.
So this guy, Loy Lee. No, don't make fun of him.
I'm not. I'm just...
Long
you
time.
have a story. That's crazy.
I know this guy. Okay.
Damn.
Okay, so Loy Lee.
I'm just gonna upgrade that a little bit. Again, at the first picture, Loy Lee over here.
So I've been in contact with him since Hotmail.
Okay.
I had Hotmail, like one of my Hotmails was loylee@hotmail.com.
The 90s. 2000s.
Yeah, it must have been late 90s, 99. I think high school, right?
Yeah,
so
2001-ish.
And there was a time where we were on a arms race of just trying to, whatever it is, try to get Loy Lee first.
So you were actually with this guy trying to get... Well, you were...
Okay, so I'll explain this, right? So Loy Lee, very uncommon name.
What was the first one?
Hotmail.
Hotmail was the first.
And then like Gmail, he got Loy Lee.
And then
this is when I realized we're in an arms race that I didn't even know about. He knew about it before me because I got Hotmail first.
Okay.
So Gmail's like, who the fuck does Loy Lee? You know, like, so I email him, I'm like, hey, could I buy this? And then he's like, never. I don't think he ever responded.
Okay.
So I ended up buying loylee.com.
Okay.
And this is this is like 2001-ish, 2002, maybe 2002.
Okay.
This is like when buying a domain name
was quick, easy.
No, difficult.
What?
Like wasn't like GoDaddy. GoDaddy makes so much sense. Like you just go, here's my credit card. I want to buy this. Done. That's it.
Is this name available?
Yeah, it is.
Checked.
Yep.
Okay.
Boom. This was a little bit more intense, right?
Okay.
And I don't remember the exact process. I just remember like, I bought it.com. And this wasn't like you couldn't just easily throw up a website. I just bought it to buy it, right?
Okay.
I was like, I'll probably get a website, GeoCities or Angel Fire or some fucking whatever. Later, fast forward, this guy emails me from loylee@gmail.com to my loylee@hotmail.com. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on here. This is crazy. And he's like, hey, can I buy this off of you?
He wanted to buy the website.
The website domain.
Okay.
And I was like, no.
Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah.
You didn't even answer me.
Yeah, I go, no, right? And then... So fast forward, I wasn't doing anything with it, and domain names were like expensive back then.
Yeah.
They were like $50 or some crazy shit. And I just let it go default, and then there was like this weird like Loy Lee family reunion thing that bought it. It was very strange.
Okay.
It was white people. It wasn't Asian people. It was white people.
Bought you the
Loylee.com.
Okay.
And then, because I let it slip, and he didn't buy it before they bought it, so it was like this weird thing. And then, most recently, he bought it. They would let it go default, and he bought it.
Okay.
And then he's like, I asked him, I was like, hey, I know this is funny. 20 years later, can I buy this website off of you? And he goes, no. I'm never letting this go. So literally, if you go just Loy Lee, like Loy Lee, really anything like Twitter or Instagram, it's probably going to be him.
Okay.
So I've like just branded everything Loy Lee Comedy, or I've used my middle initial Loy, my middle initial Lee, which not relevant, but basically, if you do Loy Lee, really anything,
it's this guy.
It's going to be this guy.
That's crazy, though.
Oh, no, fuck you. Even double crazy.
It is so crazy. Okay, here we go.
No, even more crazier. I told you, I worked at the Apple store, right?
Yeah.
And Apple, it's like loylee@apple.com. And then I changed it to loy@apple.com.
Okay.
Just
Loy.
Just Loy. You
Why
can,
not? Yeah.
right? Because that's real baller shit, right? And then he ends up working at Apple in Hong Kong or somewhere in Asia.
Somewhere overseas.
And he emails me at my Hotmail. I was like, hey, FYI, after you left, I got loy@apple.com, and I'm getting a bunch of your emails. I just thought that was
Holy
funny.
shit.
So he worked at Apple after I worked at Apple.
With the same name.
Because he was like, wait, whatever the name was, Loy Lee@apple.com was mine. And then he started, it was like Loy Lee 2@apple.com. And he was like, wait, did you work at Apple? Yeah, I worked at Apple. Well, I have your email address now. So
holy shit.
So that's the story of me and Loy.
Loy Lee. The other Loy Lee. And he obviously looks a little bit older than you.
Yeah, he looks like Andy Lau, the actor. But he's actually he's from Australia.
Okay.
So this is the cover of my podcast, which I need to change because my hair is significantly longer now.
Yeah, you got like a mole or a mohawk thing going on. Right?
Mohawk mullet, Jerry curl. And then this is from my website. That's from my website. I don't know who this guy is.
No, this guy. I don't know that guy.
I don't know who that old guy is.
What was going on here?
I shaved my head.
Damn.
Yeah, I had my head shaved.
That's like prison status right there.
So you could tell my hairline's receding, and I just got super insecure one day, and I just shaved it, and then I was like, oh, I'm losing my hair. My hair is going to be gone in a few years.
Okay.
So I just shaved it. And then, like, after 2 years, my hairline was just kind of sort of the same. So I just ended up growing it out.
You're just like, it's going to stay this way.
Yep.
It's not going to go any further.
No.
I feel like that's how my hair is going to be like. Like, I kind of have a receding hairline, kind of like you do too. But my grandpa doesn't have any more loss of hair than that stupid receding hairline.
Hold on. Twitter. Hold on. That's Loy Lee. That's my Facebook. Gig Salad. LoyLee.com. Pinterest.
This is Loy Lee.
Oh, I did an interview. Oh, yeah. I did an interview a long time ago. That's me.
Washington.
I don't know who that guy is.
Spears.
I think I just started throwing shit up on Pinterest.
Oh, is it? Oh, really?
This was in D.C.
Nice.
This is an old one. That's in D.C.
Obituary? Jeez, that's scary.
Yeah, man. When you do obituaries, that fucking frightening because there's a lot of white people with my name. It's like George, Loy Lee. Yeah, it's very strange.
Nice. Well, again, you're one of the first that's ever come up when we've Googled your name.
I put a lot of work into like my my shit.
Nice.
Yeah, click comedian just for all shits and purposes.
Because he wants to see more of himself.
I do. I just want to see what's coming up. Like
Loy Lee Comedy, everybody. Go check him out. Go check him out wherever he's at. He's doing hundreds of shit everywhere. He's a beast. He's a beast.
Hold on, go back. Who's this guy? I don't know this guy.
Loy Lee Comedy. He's trying.
Oh, that's weird.
Let's just check it out. We're here investigating.
I am so enthralled here.
Not only are we trying to find out who this is, please do not look at my social media sites. Thank you very much. But we got a Loy Lee Comedy here.
And you like it? Thank you.
Look, it is you.
But why is that guy's face that popped up? That's very strange.
This one. Interesting. And and it comes from your Facebook.
I feel like
page.
I should know this face.
It comes from your page, dude. It coming from your page. This is somewhere on your page.
Interesting. Okay, and then Improbable Comedy,
Juice World or Juice TV.
Juice TV back in the day.
It's legit. So on your on the credentials that I saw that were on Buck D's thing, it said that you did like Showtime and shit like that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's from Fox.
Really?
That's last on Fox.
That's sick.
And then so I was a show in Showtime and a show on VH1 and a show on TV1. And credits don't mean shit.
Yeah, they do. you can put those credits of what you just did for wherever. Like if you had two comparisons of somebody with was it resumes, I would pick yours over the other guy.
I understand that, but I'm sort of jaded when it comes to that shit because at the end of the day, it's like it's not just because that you're on a TV show or just because you're on a network doesn't mean that people saw you. So for a long time, my introduction, I'd have people introduce me on stage being like, from shows you've never heard of on episodes you never saw.
Loy Lee.
But
doesn't that give incentive to find you now? Like now I want to see where I've like those shows. Like
Yeah.
I want to try to find you now because of that, like, oh, those credentials that I saw on there. Because I know you mentioned that you're like, yeah, I've done some TV. Yeah, I did that. And then I saw on Bucks D's like all the credentials. I was like, holy fuck. And that's my fault. I actually should just go to your website and see all the things that you've done.
I don't think I really, because so, we all have a life before today, like, well, before I was a comic, before I was a comedian, I was an actor, and I got some speaking roles. A bunch of that shit got cut, but that's where the credits come from. And then Fox, it was actual comedy, and then VH1 was actual comedy. But that you kind of have to leverage your old past for your current self. So was I doing comedy on Showtime? No, I wasn't. But was I on Showtime? I was.
That's it.
Like that's kind of the thing. And it helps you get in the door, but it doesn't help you sell tickets, because no one's long of those days like, oh, he's on Showtime. What was he on Showtime? I've never heard of it. I'm not going. Like that's kind of sure. It helps, especially out here when there's nobody that has these credits. But in LA or just trying to sell tickets, you have a better time at you have an easier time selling your tickets off of your comedy or your personality or your presence than you do like any real credit. I was like on ADD, All Def Digital. I've been on like I've been in videos that tabulate over 1 million views, which I guess nowadays is nothing. But nobody cares if you don't see it, if you don't recognize me. It doesn't matter.
I guess that's true. That's more humbling too. You're not trying to throw it in people's faces either. You're like,
yeah,
check it out.
I mean, if you want to go tit for tat, then I'll tell you. And for Buck D, he's the homie, and we're trying to sell tickets, right? We're trying to make this happen. So it's like if you need to throw those logos up, you can legitimately throw those logos up.
Okay. But to you, it's
me,
not a big meaning as much as it should.
And I think DC definitely beat that out of me. It was one of those things where it's like, I come in as a new guy.
I was going to play trumpet, but I don't know why.
And it is humbling. Like, I wasn't like braggadocious and I wasn't like shoving it in people's face, but I was like, no, listen, like, here's my electronic press kit. Here's the shit that I've been on. And people go, EPK? I don't give a fuck.
Who's that?
Yeah, what is that? I don't care. It's like, DC just kind of humbled me a lot. Like, maybe, like, it fucked with my head. With the thing is, like, oh, well, you need to have some experience before we can put you on the show. Okay, well, I've been doing it for 6 years. Okay, well, we need credits. Well, I have credits. Well, you need to open for people. I've opened for Russell Peters. I've opened for Brett Moore. I've opened for people, right? Okay, we'll let you know, and just never invite. Like, well, you got to come and hang out.
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah, okay.
It's like literally, I've checked off all the shit that nobody else on your shows have.
It kind of feels like they add more just to see if you can do it or not.
Yeah.
Oh, well, have you done this? And then you do it, and then they're like, fuck.
Yeah, they're
have you done
yep.
This?
Well, hey, if you don't want to fuck with me, just tell me off the bat. Hey, you know what? That's great. We don't fuck with you. Great, no problem.
See, that's what I wish is. Well, I kind of accept that more if it was more of that kind of sense here. Like, I love it that it's not that kind of, like, you don't have to appeal to a certain amount of people to be booked. Like Buck D thinks you're funny. He thinks you're cool, and he's putting you on his show. And that's awesome.
No, he put me on the show because I have credits, and I've opened for...
but he's seen you too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's just not going off of, oh, I went to Loy Lee Comedy and I saw all these credits. Like, he went because he saw and what you can do.
Yeah, and that's important. That's very, 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 very important.
Because you can have all the credits you want, but what happens after a certain point if you lose those flares of those credits? Like, you're not as funny as you were, or you're not as great as you were, so you have to throw the credits just to get your recognition back. You're just like, oh, well, I've been on all this stuff, and then it's like, well, show me what you got. And then when you do it, it's not as great as it was.
Yeah.
So,
and here, I think that listening to our conversations in the past, and it's like, it's a very young scene. I don't think, and not like in a derogatory manner, and I don't mean it in like insulting, but I think that we're just here trying to figure out how things should be done, not how things are done, but how they should be done. You know, like it's a little clicky, but it's not bad. You know, everyone here is just trying to figure out like, oh, this works. Let's keep on doing this. This works. We're all just trying to figure it out, and it's frustrating because it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense when you realize that we're just trying to figure it out. It's so small. It's so small. Like literally, like side effects. 12 comics tops. 10 comics tops. It's like that's not a lot. We're all just trying to figure it out. Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's what's up, Loy. We've been here for an hour and 20 minutes already.
Okay. You done?
Good.
You don't want to do it anymore?
Yeah, we're good, but we're actually.
Fuck it.
Guess what? You're gonna get hit with rapid fire again.
Jesus Christ.
And you guys know what time it is. It's rapid fire. What we do is I have a list of 25 words. Loy's done this list twice. He's going to do it a third time.
I like the fact that when I'm air guitaring, you're actually technically
doing what it's doing.
And I feel like I'm playing a bass.
Everything's a bass, no matter what.
Bass ukulele. I don't know what this is.
Everything's best. Let's see what's the next one. I love the click. It made it work.
No, this is Guitar Hero click. This is Guitar Hero. Like, I don't know. Like,
that's a good one. There was an episode of South Park where he would just play Guitar Hero acoustically, and you knew what the song is. It's like,
that's hilarious.
Oh my God, that's John the Fisherman.
Okay.
This is rapid fire, everybody. 25 words. Are you ready, Loy?
No.
Here we go. Pizza.
I think that pineapple does deserve to be on pizza.
Island.
We
need these questions fast. We need these answers fast.
Okay, island. They're wet, usually.
Music.
They play it, and not everybody has good taste of it.
Black.
Is a color that I wear a lot of.
Trippy.
What the world needs now is love, sweet love.
Fast.
Is how I drive. Actually, I don't drive that fast anymore.
Animals.
Sure, they're around.
Space.
It's around us.
Maze.
It's amazing.
Army.
We have I've said that before. Fuck it. Go Marines. Hoorah!
Drugs.
Fuck it. You got some?
Air.
You got some of that?
Pendulum.
It swings both ways, bro.
Native American.
Shout out to Josh Fournier. I think I did that too. I don't know. I'm not creative at all.
Scar.
I have some.
School.
I never went to one.
Magic.
I believe in magic in a young girl's heart.
Computer.
You're sitting in front of one.
Superhero.
Robert Patterson.
Comedy.
I live it every day, except for Sundays.
Bleach.
I think some people should try to drink it, see how it tastes. Tell me how you feel.
Fame.
One day. Isaka Allah.
Ham water.
I don't like this one. I don't know. I think maybe you should get toast and spread some on, Or we talk, explain this. It's the shit that's...
So if it's deli meat that's cut, sliced, and you take out all the deli meat, and it's the water that's on the bottom.
Actual water, or are we talking like the fat?
It's the water fat, like
the gel.
The gel water.
Like the Spam and the thing.
Everything that's at the bottom of that.
Okay. This is what you should do. Like,
here's an example, guys.
Put it on toast.
There you go.
Tell me how you feel.
Awesome.
I don't like this game anymore.
Last one is MuseMe.
That's what we were doing. You amused me.
That's why I like the name too. It's actually like, hopefully they get mused by this.
Like amused, or like we are your muse and we inspired you to go do some shit.
No, like muse me. Like, come on, amuse me.
Yeah, that's what I said. Amuse.
Yeah, it shouldn't be amuse though, because muse is more like artsy and like cool and like cultural. Amuse me kind of seems like, oh man, are you gonna make fun of me or are you gonna be funny? Where muse is like, are you teaching me something? At the same time, everything all at once, everybody. And that's Loy Lee, everybody. We do it all. We do it all here on MuseMe TV. Thanks again, man, for coming in.
I love you.
We're going to do it again. We'll be back.
Hey, guys, here's an idea. This is what I recommend. Thursday, around this time, check in, come live. Tell us how you feel, because we'll be here next Thursday doing this shit.
Next Thursday, we'll be here. I'll have another guest here on Saturday as well in the morning, and we'll have another guest on Sunday. But Loy Lee is going to be a recurring guest every Thursday, everybody, guys. So you guys be on the lookout for that. We're going to go ahead and close out with our heavy metal song. This song is called The Tides of Hades. We'll see you guys later. No, that's not our plan.
That was close.